What's going on, family? This is True to the Strat with another weekly Watch This video. I'm hoping that each and every one of you listening to this recording and watching this video had an amazing weekend. Was able to reset, reshift, and recharge. We're gonna jump straight into things here. First things first, bad news. So next week on Wednesday, September 10th, we have core PPI and PPI data drop. On Thursday, September 11th, we have core CPI and CPI on the month and CPI on the year. And we also have unemployment claims. And finally, on Friday the 12th, we have prelim consumer sentiment. So just watch out for those red news. CPI and PPI could shift the market. So we want to pay attention to that. Jumping straight into things, jumping straight into the watch list. I'm going to start out with IBM. IBM. So what I like with IBM, let's start from the higher time frame. So IBM been bullish for a few quarters. Finally have that pullback into the area of 248, around 240, 248. Lowest probably 234. So that lets me know that we have a TTO opportunity to head back to the upside. Because even on the year, IBM just been super bullish. All right. On the month, we hit a demand area on this month here. Move that. We hit a nice little demand area again between 255 and 239. That's the previous year high and the previous month high. We've been ranging there for quite some time. And again, this commences that TTO back to the upside. We want to get back to this 296.16. Right now, we still currently inside month. We do have earnings October 22nd. That's still a ways from now. And we do have the opportunity to go 2-2 rev on a month above 255 as well. Loving the way this is setting up. On the weekly, we went outside week. That's something I love to see. I also love that it kind of consolidated the past 3 weeks. So it hammered, stayed above the previous year high, not failed two up, but failed to move in force on the two up on August 18th. Then on August 25th, again, failed to push up, kind of consolidated, stayed in the doji. It's very indecisive. It gapped down, swept the previous year high, 239.35, and then started to move up. So I think this is the move that is starting to commence to the upside, and that's what has my attention with IBM. And again, we've been super, super bullish. Every time we pull back, we pop up, we pull back. Now we're looking for that pop to the upside. Let's check out the daily. I love the way the daily closed. The day closed in the inside hammer. That's our actionable signal. And we just want to check out the hybrid time frames on this as well. The 2 days also inside. 3 days, two up. Then we have the 4-day, which is also a 3-2 potential on the 4-day. Oh no, 3-1-2 potential on the 4-day actually, which opens up on September 11th. So we got to watch out for that. Or if we end up pushing up already, we can trigger the 3-2 on the 4-day. So a lot of stacked actionable signals. This look actually absolutely beautiful in my opinion. Just want to have some nice time on this one, and also not to mention is right in the buy zone of the fibs as well, according to the weekly time frame and the monthly time frame. We want to take this swing low to the swing high, and we are sitting right on the golden 61.80%. So I'm loving this setup. Again, you just want some time, not to mention we also have a gap to fill here. We have a gap starting at to around 265.80. So lots of potential, lots of potential. Just want to add some time. Let's go ahead and look at these contracts. I say grabbing Octobers would be the best. Octobers or more time would be the best. I like the 270s or the 260s for that matter. Gonna hit the analyze tab. I do have the 19 September's up, 255. To me, those are slightly, again, because we coming off the lows We are subject to some turbulence. We are subject to whenever the market decides to pull back or consolidate. You want to buffer out that time. It's like driving a car or trying to get to work on time. You want to give yourself enough time, especially for me coming to New York City when I used to work. You want to, anything can happen on your way to work. So you want to just give yourself enough time to get there on time. Like, for any delays, anything like that. That's how I like to look at the stock market. I want to get enough time on my contracts to buffer out any delays that may happen. And the delays can be pullbacks in the market or a consolidated market where we don't move for the day, right? You want to give yourself enough time. So although September 19th are good, I would say these are slightly risky because there's not as much time as I would like. But if this does end up pushing up, you can hit that 255 and go in the money pretty quickly. They hit 259.99. So that's September 19th. If you like it, it's about a week and a half out. Again, target 255. If you hit that by the 12th, that's 85%. If you hit 259.99, you hit that by the 12th, that's 246%. Let's see what happens around expiration. So if we hit 259.99, that's around 164% around expiration. Again, we want to give ourselves just enough time here. So just checking out the 12th. Let's analyze these Octobers. I kind of lean towards the 260s. So now we have the 260s. We hit 255 by the 12th. That's a nice 48% on October's. Nice gains there. 259.99 would be 111%, and 265 would be 189% if we would hit that by the 12th. So 259.99 was right here. 265.80 is right before the gap fill, and that's 242% if hit by the 12th. So let's see what happens if we hit that by the 19th. So you see how the 19th, the odds are still great as far as percentage. That's something I want to look for. You just want to give yourself the highest probability of hitting your targets. So there it is. I'll be going with either the 19th or both. 19 September 255 C or 17 October 260 Cs for that matter. Let's look at the next ticker, DDOG. So with DDOG, I mentioned DDOG in the group last week. A lot of us took entry for ODTE, and a few more people took entry for a swing. This was initially posted for a swing. I love the way DDOG is setting up. To start, we had a 2-2 rev on the quarter. We did pull back, retested a high of the previous quarter high. Looking at the month, we are forming a pennant on a month. We also have tight closings on a month as well. This month of July didn't really do much. Pushed up, pulled back. The month of August was indecisive, pushed up, pulled down, but then closed as a doji. And now we opened up inside month with the potential to go 2-2 rev if we get that nice push. The 2-2 rev will be at 149 above the previous month high. Coming over to the week, we got a nice, beautiful inside week. Also starting up that TTO back to the upside. So we want a 2-on-2 above 136.30 to kick us off with this setup. Again, most of us are already in it, but if you've seen this for the first time, it's still opportunity to catch this banger. Looking at the daily, we did dip into the OTE, pushed up. What I like about this is the hybrid time frame on the 4-day, I believe. One of these time frames. I believe they all three up. Oh no, this is it. So on the 3-day, we have a 132 potential, which has my attention, and that opens up on September 9th. So beautiful 132 potential. That is the entry to catch this moving train. So close above 136.30. We want to target 139.96, and then we want to target a previous year close at 142.89, and then we want to see what happens from there. See if we can finally get back up to that previous month high and rev the month at 149. Okay. Again, this looks absolutely beautiful to me. I love the way DDOG is setting up. Came out the OTE on the 3-day as well, but loving that 132 on the 3-day. Let's check out the contracts. We have, I'm like in the 19s for these, 140 Cs. We also, let's see. If we do get October, I think the 150s would be the best way to go. So here are the October contracts. And we want to get back up to that 149 area. And that will result in 166. And that's about the 19th. That's a week and a half out. We can definitely hit 149 or 142 within a week and a half out. That's some beautiful odds, especially for the Octobers. It's 142.89, a little base hit at that point, September. So the sooner these move, the sooner these will print, obviously. But again, just give yourself enough time on these to actually manifest itself. We could hit 142.89 in a day or two. But again, we want to give ourselves a lot of buffer time just in case we pull back or do anything funny. But like in this D-Dog setup, 132 on a 3-day, close above 136.30. Next ticker I'm going to talk about is UUU. I'm loving the way Uranium is setting up. This stock has full time frame continuity to the upside, starting on a year. Is now looking to push back into all-time highs at 13.34. Quarterly went absolutely bananas. Last two quarters went 3-2 and never looked back. The month, we finally got a nice pullback on the month. Certainly sitting inside as of right now and on the week, inside on the week. So for me, this is an opportunity to catch this back to the upside. Went hammer, shooter, did not go too up, too down to the downside. Instead, it stayed inside, swept the lows of 10.43, which is also the previous week low. And now we look like we want to push back up. And this has my attention on energy fuels. Looking at the day, we also have some nice, beautiful consolidation on the day. Failed 2 down on the day as well. Let's check out those hybrid time frames. We have potential 2-2 rev on a 2-day. 2-1-2 rev on a 3-day. And another 2-2 rev on a 4-day if you were able to push above the previous 4-day high. So stack setup, stack actionable signals. Love this trade. We could get to 1334 in a matter of 2 to 3 days, depending on how uranium move. Let's check out those contracts. It wouldn't be a bad idea to go with the 19th of September for these, because again, we could hit those targets within a few days. And if we are to get back up to 13.34, that's a quick 139%, which is not bad in my opinion. It's also good for the small accounts, only 40 cents per con. If you want to just allow yourself more time, I think the October 13 Cs is the best way to go. $90 per con. And that's an 84% return if hit by the 12th. So not bad. All these have to do is move. We do have a small target of 1250 that can hit in one day, to be honest. And then, both these targets could be hit within a range of 2 days. Giving yourself 3 weeks to do that. That means your risk to reward odds are very, very high. And that's why we choose time. We just, buying insurance. Loving UUU. Nice bullish pennant as well. Love the consolidation it had over some time. And now we're looking to push to the upside. There's other few uranium stocks that we will be looking at inside the group exclusively, but loving that one so far. Next ticker, IONQ. This is one of my favorite setups going into next week. I'm very bullish on this, and we're going to talk about it. So we went 2 up, pull back on the year. Currently red on a quarter, but we do have the potential to go 2-2 continuation to the upside above $48.94. We see what happens there. It's been confused this quarter so far. Not closed, but we are sitting in a doji. Month is currently inside. You can see how for the past 4 months we have done nothing. We went up, came back down, went up, went down, came back in the range. We've been ranging a lot on this stock. Could be possibly due to this mother ball, so that is a concern on a monthly. But again, we've been compressing and squeezing on this month. checking out the weekly time frame. On this weekly time frame, we have a 2-1, which is actual signal. Again, you know me, consolidation creates opportunity. I just like how this whole thing is setting up. Then we do got a little bit of mother bar. I mean, this did go 2 up, but I'm considering this a mother bar. We've been just lots of twirling and consolidation on this weekly. Not really doing much. I think explosive move is on the horizon for this. And also what I'm noticing is we are at some equal highs. Usually when price like to consolidate at the equal highs, it may be ready to break above. And we want to target that previous quarter high eventually. So with that being said, loving this setup. Loving the way this one is looking. Let's go to the daily really quick. The daily is also consolidating, letting us know that this is ready to pop. Aside from that, we've been talking about point of control in my previous videos. Point of control is where the institutions are doing a lot of buying and selling, and price like to twirl around that point of control. And at some point, that acts as a launch pad to shoot price higher. And what I'm seeing on previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days sit on that point of control is like this thing is ready to pop at any given time. The only discrepancy I have is that we are consolidating right around the previous week high, previous quarter close, and previous month close. From 42.74 to 43.21 will be a problem. Possibly from 42.74 to 43.73 will be a problem. It might take some time. Let's say if the market consolidate or don't do much next week, this stock it might experience the same, right? So you just want to have time on this one. Just be patient with it. It doesn't have to explode right away, but you never know. You never know. I see price continue. If it doesn't explode right away, I see price continuing to play around previous week high, 43.21, and previous week low, 40.22. If it break below 40.22, it has a chance to sweep up 38.94 before heading back to the upside. So that's the worst case scenario I see happen for the stock. And if it never triggers and actually do come down to the previous month open, that is a discount. And if it create that hammer, and if it sweep the previous month open lows, like if it go below 38.94, sweep and start to come back up, so we have to see the visualization. If it failed to go and come back down here and create a hammer to go back up, this is a entry, because Y has been sweeping this area for quite some time. And that will also be a discounted entry, and our original entry, which is up here, will be a target. So by the time you get back up here, you're already ranging in that 50% return on investment, 40% return on investment range, depending on what kind of contracts you get. Then once it starts to actually commence this real move, you'll be well in the money to start hitting these targets up here. So that's my plan for IONQ. Again, doesn't have to rip right away, but this is the type of setups that we've been taking. If you've been watching how we've been processing DVE, CVE, there's another one, SLV. This is the same kind of setup, same kind of explosive setup that we've been looking for. And again, don't sleep on this one. Just be patient with it. Yeah, and if you're not too confident, just grab time. So looking at these Octobers, to be honest, I like the October 45Cs. I don't know if I skip. Yeah, we have the October 45Cs up here. We want to hit that 47.73. It's right here. So 47. That can happen in 2 days. If we get that explosive we're looking for, that can happen within 2 days. We given ourselves an entire month, more than a month to do that. And if we was to do that by the 19th, that's still an 85% return. And all these are still positive too. Don't sleep on that, because 44.97 is only right there. That can happen in literally 1 day. That can happen on Monday, 44.97, right? So you gotta wait out the odds. We have a 17th October expiration to hit a move that could be done within 1 day. And even if that move was to hit by the 19th, which is almost 2 weeks out, you still see 28%. So the odds of you being profitable in this trade is very, very high. I gotta hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down here. 46.82. It's only right there. So literally all this has to do is explode. Once it get above this range here, these three previous week high, previous quarter close, previous month close, that's a little problem. Once it get above that, it might retest too before it run up. But once it get above that, these targets can be hit so easily, it's ridiculous. 48.94, we don't even have that one up there, but look. $48.94. It's 113%. So giving ourselves a lot of time to hit these. My Jesus Christ, even the 26th of September still will have nothing but positive on each target. So that's a bunch of time. Even if you want a base hit on these, let's say you're not even a swinger, and you just wanted a base hit, that shit is almost guaranteed. If in the event, if it just doesn't completely fail, it could consolidate for 3 more weeks, 2 more weeks before pop, and you'll still be positive. So yeah, it shouldn't be nobody. It shouldn't be no reason why nobody won't make money on this trade. 19 September will be damn near gambling for me. I'm not too confident about the 19th of September. But if you like it, take it. All you gotta do is hit 46.82 by expiration. That's still 66%. So 46.82. That's right there. Even that, I'll be honest with y'all, that's a good contract too. That's a good contract too. I want y'all to see how close these targets are and how much this is willing to pay you by the date, right? Straight sauce, man. Straight sauce. Straight sauce. So, last but not least, Microchip. I like Microchip. Went 3-2 down, picked back up on the year, swept them out of there. Quarter fell 2 up on the QR. Not the prettiest chart, but kind of like these. So let me clear real quick. I kind of like the way price is retesting this old supply zone up here. So like that. That's what has my attention with this stock. And then again, if you just look to the left, what's happening on the left is this is where they usually buy price anyway. So we like that. Because now we're turning this back into a buy zone to push back up to get potentially one of these, one of them kind of legs. So yeah, I like this play for that reason. Bear with me. I'm trying to see if I can get back. Yeah, so I like that. It's also sitting in the OTE as well. Nice inside month. Nice fell 2 down on the week. So went 2-2 down, swept these previous month low, 60.84. Now we got a potential 2-2 rev on the week above 67.20. And on the daily, we did. That was a nice move going into Thursday to Friday. So now we playing catch up here. I usually don't like playing moves that's going 2 up, but this is coming off a nice buy level, so it's not too bad. The 3-day have a 3-2 potential on the 9th, and that's why I love this setup. So calls about 67.20. Want to target 68.55, 69.14. We want to eventually get up to these 70s. That's what I really want to hit. That's the real targets. Let's look at the analyze tab. So you got September 19th, 70 Cs, and again, we want to get back up to 71.85 and 70.37. So here's 70.37. If you can hit that by the 12th, that's 160%. I'd take that. 68.55, if you hit that by the 12th, 68.55 is only right there. This could be day traded as well. That's 53%. 69.14, it's right there as well. Beautiful, 84%. And last but not least, we got 71.85. Again, if you want more time, just grab more time. It's only $1.45. These are cheap cons. 72.50 Cs. And let's see what happens at the 19th. If you want to hit 19.14, that's 30, 70.37, that's 68, and 71.85, that's 100% return, which is not bad. These targets are very close. Especially, they got a little mini gap to fill up here too. So it really has potential to go all the way back up to here, to be honest. Back up to these monthly highs. That's the real potential it has. I'm just short-sighting it. But 77.20 is the real target for these. Even if you want to get back up to 75.56. And that's over 261% return. And that's what October's. So yeah, if this was to get crazy, that's a nice return on investment. That concludes the watch list. Hope you all been making money on these. A lot of these setups been going absolutely crazy. If you want to learn more or get some exclusive tickers that I post in the Discord as well, hit the link in the bio and share your thoughts and let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.